Introduction to Organizational Behaviour. Module Overview. This foundational module introduces you to the broad field of organizational behavior, OB, its historical development, theoretical foundations, core principles, and modern relevance in the business world. It provides a deep dive into the nature, scope, and significance of studying human behavior in organizational contexts. Organizational behavior is more than a management theory. It's a multidisciplinary, evolving, and highly practical science that enables organizations to maximize productivity, motivation, leadership effectiveness, employee satisfaction, cultural alignment, and sustainable growth. In this module, we explore what OB is, why it matters, how it evolved, what disciplines inform it, and how it connects individuals, teams, leaders, and organizations as systems of dynamic human interaction. Key learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will define organizational behavior and explain its relevance in modern organizations. Understand the interdisciplinary nature of OB. Trace the historical evolution of OB from classical to contemporary times. Distinguish between micro, meso, and macro perspectives in OB. Identify key challenges and opportunities shaping OB in the 21st century workplace. A deeper dive into OB. 1. What is organizational behavior? Organizational behavior is the systematic study and application of knowledge about how individuals and groups act within the organizations where they work. It draws from disciplines like psychology, individual behavior and motivation, sociology, group dynamics and structure, anthropology, organizational culture and norms, political science, power, conflict, politics, economics, decision-making, incentives, management and leadership studies. It aims to create organizational environments that are productive, healthy, ethical. Adaptive. Inclusive. It considers both rational and irrational behaviors, recognizes formal and informal structures, and bridges individual and collective actions to explain how people influence and are influenced by their work environments. Second scope of OB. OB covers three major levels of analysis. At individual level, micro OB, personality, values, perception, motivation, learning, emotions. Decision-making, ethics, psychological contracts, and attitudes. Employee engagement, burnout, and well-being, B. Group level, meso OB. Communication patterns, team roles, norms, cohesion, conflict. Group decision-making, leadership influence, peer pressure. C. Organizational level, macro OB. Structure, hierarchy, culture, politics, organizational design. Strategy alignment, power dynamics, innovation, change management. 3. Importance of OB. Modern organizations operate in increasingly volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous VUCA environments. OB knowledge helps organizations to foster high-performing teams, build ethical leadership, promote inclusion and diversity, reduce toxic cultures, navigate generational and cultural differences, adapt to technological disruptions and remote work, improve employee satisfaction and retention. Leaders trained in OB can diagnose organizational health, design interventions, and lead change initiatives more effectively. Fourth, historical evolution of OB. A classical period, late 1800s to early 1900s. Scientific management, Frederick Taylor, emphasized efficiency, task specialization, productivity. Administrative theory, Henry Fayol, introduced functions of management, planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, controlling. Bureaucratic theory, Max Weber, highlighted hierarchy, rules, and rational legal authority. B. Human relations movement, 1930s, 1950s. Elton Mayo and the Hawthorne studies discovered social factors, attention recognition, affect productivity more than physical conditions. Shifted focus from mechanical systems to human needs, emotions, and relationships. C. Behavioral science era, 1950s to 1970s. Integration of psychology, sociology, and anthropology. Emergence of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, McGregor's theory X and theory Y, and Herzberg's motivation hygiene theory. D. Contemporary OB, 1980s present. OB today is dynamic and systems oriented. Incorporates modern concerns like emotional intelligence, organizational culture, diversity, globalization, innovation, sustainability, ethics, digital workspaces, and employee empowerment. Fifth, key OB concepts. Introduced in Module 1. Organizational structure versus culture. Formal versus informal organizations. Organizational citizenship behavior, OCB. Psychological contracts. Organizational justice. Organizational effectiveness. Work-life balance. Employee engagement. Adaptive organizations. 6. Challenges and trends in OB today. Remote and hybrid work models. Multi-generational workforces, artificial intelligence and automation. DEI, diversity, equity and inclusion. Initiatives. Ethical leadership and corporate responsibility. Mental health and well-being in the workplace. Gig economy and employee loyalty. Workplace surveillance and privacy. Conclusion. Organizational behavior is not static, it evolves with society, technology, and business environments. Understanding OB equips you with tools for people management, strategic alignment, culture shaping, and ethical decision making. It empowers individuals to become not just managers, but transformational leaders capable of designing workplaces that are resilient, human centered, high performing, and future ready.